Hey.
How's it going?
Okay, are you alone or no?
I'm alone, but I'm also with YouTube.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so, I'm gonna end with this one. So it says, hey Aydian, I'm now 4 months on T, congrats, and I'm so thankful for your videos if they brought me where I am today. Awesome. As you may know, there tend to be highs and lows when it comes to mood swings on testosterone. How did you deal with your lower moments, and do you have any advice on how to stay motivated on this long journey, especially when changes seem to be happening slowly? So this is what I'm going to say to this, and a lot of people ask me this, like, how do you grow your beard quicker? How do you get changes quicker? And I get it, like, I really do. I tap into myself when I was 3 months on, and I was like, I want this, I need this, where's that? And especially when you're older, I think, like, if you're like 40 transitioning or 50, I think you've already lived your life like the 40 years not as yourself, and you're like ready. You're like, I'm just ready to wake up and just have all my changes and be where I want to be, because I feel like I've almost, not that you have wasted, but sometimes people express this to me, that they feel like they've wasted this much time already. They don't want to waste another minute. And this is what I'm going to say to you. What I say to those people is, listen, the changes will come. Yes, they take time. But it's important that they take time. It's almost necessary that they take time. And the reason that they take so long, or they take a while, is because, you know, it would be really, really dramatically, emotionally, physically challenging for your body to transition in a year, and for you to like have everything change in a year. I mean, your body would be put under so much stress, right? So your body would be under stress. Plus, imagine if you woke up one day. Now, I mean, I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, it almost sounds like something I would love to do, but imagine if you woke up one day and you just had a full beard, and you look like every other dude on the street, because that's what happened to me. Well, let's go back. So imagine if you woke up one day and you just look like everything changed. You wouldn't recognize yourself. Like, it would be exciting for a minute, and then all of a sudden you'd be flipping through Instagram and you would go to your own page and not even recognizing yourself. Like, the first few years, I'm looking at pictures of me and my friends, and I'm like, wait, where am I? Oh, there I am. And I'm zooming in because I'm like, oh my gosh, look what I look like. It looks so different. It's almost hard to like find yourself in a photo, because you're not used to seeing yourself with a chin strap, or seeing yourself with like a different jawline. You know what I mean? A different stature of how you stand. Like, you're not used to seeing yourself that way. So it would be really hard and stressful emotionally if you just woke up and all the changes happened, you know? And for me, one thing that I struggle with to this day is that, you know, like, I get a lot of people being like, oh, like, you're passing, and, you know, you look very binary, right? But I usually get those comments from somebody who's like 2 months on T, 3 months on T, 6 months on T. And I always wonder, like, you know, dude, like, one day you're gonna wake up and be 8 years on T, and you're going to look like a binary cisgendered man. It's going to happen. I mean, yes, you know, we can wear clothes that are expressive, and, you know, maybe you're not gonna look so binary, but you're going to look like a cisgender man, because that's what testosterone does. You know what I mean? And one day, you know, you're going to wake up and look like a dude. And like, that's what I look like, right? Like, now I just walk around and I'm just a dude, right? And it's great. But another part of me is like, man, like, I was like a lesbian for so many years, and then I identified as gender queer, and so it's like, you know, you lose a sense of yourself, right? Like, I'm literally like every other dude, and you know, it feels unspecial, honestly. You know, it does. It feels a little unspecial, and so that's what I say to, you know, that's what I would say to somebody who is like, I just want all the changes. I'll be like, listen, like, it'll happen. It's gonna happen. That's what testosterone does. It's not gonna just not happen to you. Believe me, it happens to everybody. You know, like, you're not like a special case where it's not gonna happen to you. It will happen. And two is like, one day you'll wake up and be just another dude. Now, how you want to express yourself is your own, you know, whatever, but like, you will look like a dude. And there is, you know, you live your life so many years as a lesbian, or as queer, or however you identify, and then all of a sudden you're just a dude. And, you know, there is a mourning there. You know what I mean? There is a loss of identity there. There is a, you know, that's why I always say, like, I identify with the word transgender man. A lot of people don't, but, like, I do. And, like, when people say, like, how do you want to identify? As transgender. And some people are like, well, I just want to be trans and that's it. Like, that's just a part of me. That's not all of me. And I respect that. But for me, for my story, trans is a big part of me. It is one of the biggest parts of me. You know what I mean? Like, finding out my transgender status saved my life. And so I feel I identify as a feminist. I feel in tune with women as well. You know what I mean? Men and women. And so, like, when I say that I'm transgender, it helps me feel like, you know, I want people to know that I lived 22 years in a female life in society, in a female body, as a female in the world. That is what makes me the different kind of man today. Not just because I'm transgender, but because I live this, not like just because I'm trans as far as like my physical stuff, but like I actually live life till I was 22 years old as a female. And actually from 13 on as a lesbian, and 16 I came out publicly and started dressing in men's clothing. So, like, you know, I lived many years not as a man in the world, and so that feels important to my personal story. So, you know, again, like, if you're looking to rush, if you want to get there quickly, like, you will get there. The finish line comes, and not that's maybe a bad example. You don't ever finish, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you get to a point where you will have a beard if that's what your body's supposed to do, okay? It's genetically, it's all genetics. If you're supposed to have a beard, you'll have one. If your voice is supposed to be super low, it'll get low. You know what I mean? Your face will start to masculinize out. So that might be a word. But yeah, so just remember those things. Like, it will happen. Don't worry. The saddest thing you could probably do is actually have it happen overnight, because you'll feel disconnected to the person looking back in the mirror. The beauty of transition is that now I can say 8 years later, when I look in the mirror, when I look up at the screen, it looks like me looking back. That's the person I always imagined, right? Not exactly, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, that's the person I pictured looking back. That's a man looking back at me. I was able to feel comfortable with that person and relate to that person looking back at me right now, because I journeyed with that person. Because it's me, right? I journeyed 8 years to be here. I've grown and changed with the person looking back at me, as opposed to just waking up one day and looking like this. You know, you would feel disconnected. I can only imagine that you'd feel disconnected and probably need some help reconnecting with that person, because it would almost be like a stranger looking back at you. But because I grew with this person, because I counted every single chin hair and everything that's changed, you know what I mean? I feel related to this person. I feel connected. And so that's what I would say. Okay, so thanks for sticking with me these whole 8 years. I mean, I've been on YouTube this whole time, you know, more than 8 years actually, since I started in February of 2009. So it's amazing, everybody who's subscribed, who's been here since day one. And if this is your day one, thank you for joining the team, the crew, the Pride family. It's been an amazing ride, and transitioning has saved my life in more than just one way. It's really been this beautiful, holistic healing that I've had with myself, and in the last few years I've been trying to become more, now that my body feels in line with my identity, now it's more about healing my insides and making myself feel more comfortable in this body. Yeah, so it's been amazing. I appreciate everyone's well wishes on my Instagram. Again, if you want to follow me, I'll put it right here at Alliance Fear. Check it out. Good conversation goes on in the comment section of my Instagram and my YouTube channel. So again, I'm really happy. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. I wouldn't have this platform without you guys listening and viewing and sharing your own comments and your own feedback. Thanks to everyone who sent me a DM. If you like this video, if you want to check out my older videos, go back, hit the subscribe button, turn your notifications on, and if you like this video, hit the like button, because that helps me out. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.